In the UK, it's estimated that 6 million people suffer from tinnitus. Around 1 in 10 are adults. The word tinnitus comes from the Latin word for ringing, but many people can also hear high-pitched sounds, hissing, buzzing, grinding, or even humming.
For most people, they suddenly become aware of a noise that is not related to any external source. It can feel as if it's coming from one ear or another, or even outside of the head, but it's not related to anything in their environment, and nobody else can hear it. It can be heard as a buzz, clicking, pulsing sound, throbbing, humming, can have musical tone, can be low-pitched, high-pitched, whistling, great variety. And there is no right or wrong tinnitus. It's very individual.
Some people notice that they can hear noises that beat in time with their pulse or similar sounds to music. Hearing your own pulse is known as pulsatal tinnitus and is often caused by a blockage.
People can hear their own pulse sometimes because they've actually got a blockage in the ear canal. So that's the part from the ear going into the eardrum, and that's generally caused by a wax blockage or a blockage of skin or possibly an ear infection. Other things that can cause it are little benign growths or polyps that can develop behind the eardrum, and then can cause what we call a pulsatile tinnitus, and people often feel that they're hearing their heart beating.
Tara Tripp has been practicing audiology and nearly 10 years ago found she had developed tinnitus in one ear.
I've had tinnitus in my right ear. It started about 9-10 years ago. I'd had a really rotten cold on the Friday, very sore throat, headache. Woke up the following morning with a roaring in my right ear. It was such a noise that I actually thought there was somebody outside in the garden digging the front garden up, and there wasn't. And it was only when I went to the back of the house that I realised actually it was my ear.
Tinnitus cannot be cured, but it can be treated through a range of distraction techniques. Some people may have occasional tinnitus, which means it lasts for short periods. However, others may suffer with tinnitus throughout their life. For Tara, she found that the noise got quieter after a while.
After 6 months, I was very much less aware of it, and that really was because I already knew what I needed to do in terms of training my brain not to think about it. So I wouldn't be in quiet and I would have music. But I understand when people talk about their tinnitus or when it first starts, the fear and how unpleasant it can be right at the start.
If you're worried by what you've seen today and feel you may have some of the symptoms mentioned, then talk to your GP. There is also further information online at tinnitus.org.uk. Kirsty Chambers for That's Oxfordshire.